welcome back to the Wes Anderson series. Today we're talking about more Wes Anderson movies because why not, right? I set myself in a journey to watch all the Wes Anderson movies, so might as well complete that mission. So I saw two more films of Wes Anderson last night, so today I wanted to talk about these two films. Of course, let's get right into that. The movie we're talking about is The Royal Tenenbaums. The Royal Tenenbaums is a comedy drama, and it's about this family that's wealthy and, very dysfunctional. They've had issues with each other, and the dad, Royal, comes out of nowhere, says that he's dying and wants to spend 6 weeks with his family and tries to mend things or try to make things better with his kids. This film is, when I said Rushmore was the Wes Anderson style, it was, but the Royal Tenenbaum perfected it. This film is amazing. I fucking love this film. This film is hilarious, but not only hilarious, but very dramatic as well. There's drama in this movie. The Wes Anderson movies had some drama to it, but this I feel had the most dramatic weight in the Wes Anderson movies I've seen, and a very dark moment in probably Wes Anderson film career, and it's very dark. And this film is truly amazing. It's funny, it's very comedic, but it's very heartfelt as well. And of course, the movie's runtime is 110 minutes, probably the longest of the Wes Anderson movies now. The rating is R, and it's in color. And yeah, the film is directed by Wes Anderson, and it's also co-written with him and Owen Wilson, just like Bottle Rocket and Rushmore. And I think this is the last time actually that they co-write a movie together. And yeah, this film is amazing, and the performances are great. All the actors and actresses did a great job. We also, of course, we got the main actor, the late great Gene Hackman, who plays Royal, he comes and says that he's dying and tells them that he wants to spend time with his kids and his grandkids, and he's also trying to stop his ex-wife, or not ex-wife, but his wife, to try to marry Danny Glover, and he wants to stop them from doing that. And Gene Hackman is amazing. He's one of the best, and this is one of his funniest films. I mean, I love him in Birdcage, and I feel like Gene Hackman is just a great actor and very good in comedy, and he's really good in this movie, and he just wants to spend time with his kids and wants to make things right and try to make amends with the mistakes he's made in his life. And I thought Gene Hackman did a fantastic job. You also got Luke Wilson, who's this tennis player who's part of the family. He's a tennis player who had a pretty bad game that kind of ended his career, and is in love with his adopted sister. And Luke Wilson's, this is definitely a very dark performance by Luke Wilson. I don't want to get into it because I feel like it's a very interesting take that you're gonna see in this film, where I think Luke Wilson's performance is truly amazing. It's definitely his best performance I've seen from Luke Wilson. Really getting into the mind of this character who is been through a lot of shit, and it's hard for him to be, of course, in love with his adopted sister, because it's just a bad thing, A lot of people will probably be like, okay, that's not right. And I think Luke Wilson dealt that character really well. Another amazing performance is Gwyneth Paltrow as the daughter, who very secretive, very silent, very depressed her own self, has a lot of shit in her life that she's dealing with. And yeah, I thought Gwyneth Paltrow is truly amazing in this movie. She plays this character very well, one of her iconic roles, and she's very secretive. She doesn't tell her family shit, and she's also she's a lot. She's one of those girls that you probably will meet who are fun, who leads to trouble, and I thought she did a fantastic job. You also got Ben Stiller, who's paranoid, lost his wife in a plane accident, and just has a lot of drama with the dad. And I thought Ben Stiller was great, but I think this is one of his really good roles as well, who's also very dramatic in time. This is very realistic role for Ben Stiller. Of course, Ben Stiller is a great comedian. He's a very good comedic actor, but I feel like this is one of his best roles, or one of his best performances, and I thought he was great with trying to deal with his relationship with his dad and all the conflict that comes with it, and losing his wife, and just, he's been through a lot of shit. He's great. You also got the wife, who pretty much took care of the kids, took care of all the kids. She took care of all the kids, and yeah, she's great. She has a little romance with Danny Glover, and yeah, she's cool. She's a good actress. She's good in this movie. You also got Owen Wilson, who's not a family member, but you know, he's a family friend who writes books, cowboy and all, who's a drug addict. which leads to a moment that was truly like, what the hell? Owen Wilson's cool. He's good. He's just a dick, an asshole, but he's there though. He has a lot of shit that he has to go through. I thought Owen Wilson's good. You also got Danny Glover, who's he's in love with Gene Hackman's wife, and you know, wants to be with her. And yeah, Danny Glover is cool in the movie. So many actors. Bill Murray is in this as well. He plays the husband of Gwyneth Paltrow, who their marriage is pretty much falling apart now, and you know, is trying to figure out, or try to get to the bottom of what's going on. And Bill Murray's great. He's always great in everything he's done. And all the performances is great. The direction by Wes Anderson, the style is still there, still glooming as usual, but this is the most stylistic Wes Anderson film that I've seen so far. It's a Wes Anderson movie, and everything leading up to this film is the Royal Tenenbaums, and it's fantastic. The direction, the writing is really good. The dialogue, it's comedic, it's hilarious, but it's also very heartfelt and very dramatic. And it pulls on the heartstrings in this film, and I thought he did very well with the writing, him and Owen Wilson. The chemistry is fantastic. Everybody works so well together. The family dynamic, and just them being a family, but also having the issues that you expect from a very, dysfunctional family. And I thought the chemistry is so good. The cinematography is just great. It's such a well shot film. Very, very symmetrical, like what Wes Anderson's good at. But it's such a good shot film, and the music choices are really good. Wes Anderson knows when to put the right music into a scene, and all around amazing movie. I love Royal Tenenbaums. This is so far the best Wes Anderson film. I love Rushmore. I do think Rushmore might be a slight better, but in its own way. But Royal Tenenbaums is still a freaking amazing movie. Still a fantastic film, and it's a movie that some consider Wes Anderson's best. Some consider this to be his best, and I see why. It's truly amazing, and for that, it gets without a doubt another 5 out of 5 stars. 2 5s for Mr. Anderson. You're getting there. I love this movie, and it without a doubt deserves it. So those are my thoughts for the Royal Tenenbaums, and I'll see you guys in the next review, guys.